I will now ask the member from Trelawney South.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise this
The member
evening.
from St. Andrew West, please turn off your mic. Thank you.
I rise this evening as a former Speaker of this House, and I had discussions with my senior minister, who is also a former Speaker of this House. And I have heard all the comments, and I have seen everything. And I really think we have reached a time in this Parliament where we must be absolutely honest with ourselves. And there are members on that side of the House that I have a lot of regard for. They oppose certain things, and they do it in a manner that is how the parliaments of this country have always operated. And one of the overriding things that I know as a speaker, please, one of the overriding principles is that the speaker's ruling must always be respected. Always. No speaker is perfect. You might not always get it right, but the speaker's ruling is always to be respected. And in all the years that I've been here, when I sat as the speaker, I had a lot of disagreements with me, but never has this parliament on either side ever gone into what I have seen. And I make bold to say that this is a new breed of parliamentarians, because never before have we had this type of behavior. I have been the speaker. I have been opposed. We have had differences, but nobody has behaved in the way members of this new parliament has behaved to any speaker. And I'm going to say very frankly, it brings back to my mind the comment that was made originally before the speaker was chosen. A member of the People's National Party had put out a notice. They did not want the present speaker or myself to be the speaker. I'm not the speaker, but the speaker is the speaker that has been chosen. She is the speaker. She is the Prime Minister's wife. Hold on. And I congratulate your member who spoke this evening. She spoke about behavior and the way we treat our women. I want to say it is not a good look for us to treat a female who is a speaker. And I'm going to go further. I'm going to make very bold, because many people have said things and many people have gone wrong. Many people have gone right. But you know, the older members of parliament, I look and I see the present leader of opposition business, who was also the leader of opposition business when I was a speaker. And you just watch his profile. Never before have we had the type of behavior. And I'm calling it as I see it. The member, hold on, the member on that side from South St. James, I am saying particularly to her, I have never seen anybody behave to any speaker the way she has done. And hold on, I want to say that the member, I am not to call names, that spoke just before me. No, I'm not calling your name, but I'm saying to you, although you have had difficulties, and although you have said things, and although I have never heard you behave the way that the member from South St. James as a female has brought into this parliament. I'm calling her out because she's young, she's new, she's female, and we have a female speaker. And if you do anything with the revision, it doesn't matter what you do about the standing orders. The standing orders, if you revise it 1,000,000 times over, the speaker's ruling must always be respected. And that is why the member who spoke before me came into this parliament and made an apology for certain incidents. You have never done it, and your behavior has brought a new high to this thing. I am speaking on my feet, and I'm saying to you now that maybe many people will not say it openly. I stand this afternoon because I feel strongly about it. And I feel that the speaker in her position as the Prime Minister's wife and as a female, yes, I say it as it is because that's part of the objection. But let me tell you something, never before has anybody been as disrespectful. And I could go on. And nobody, no other member that is old has behaved the way you have behaved. I say to you, no other member of the opposition, and you should not speak to me across the aisle. I'm addressing the parliament. And I am saying to you, I am not inciting anybody. I don't care if you don't like it, because I don't like the attack. I do not like the attack. It is obvious. Member, I do not like, and I do not think it is right. And I say it with absolutely no malice. I say it this afternoon because I heard your own member speak about gender. And let me tell you, there are so many females that have joined this parliament that are excellent, oppose, and do not behave that way. It is a new trend. For God's sake, let us stop it. And while we review the standing orders, just let us remember that if you review it 1,000,000 times over, the speaker's views and ruling must always be respected. And I really am.
Member from St. James South. Member from St. James South. Member from St. James South. You had your mic on earlier. Do you want to contribute? Next is the member from St. Andrew West.